What's up everyone, I'm Pamela, welcome back to my channel. Today is the 2-year anniversary of Scream 5. So in today's video, I thought it would be the perfect time to talk about why I think Scream 5 is a better sequel than Scream 6. I know not everyone will agree with this, and that's totally fine. Let me know down in the comments what you think. But before we get started, please don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future posts. And please also go follow me over on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Let's get into it. So I personally do prefer Scream 5 over Scream 6. I still love Scream 6, I still think it's a great movie, but I do like Scream 5 a little bit more. I did post a poll about this on my community page. I asked you guys which Scream movie do you like more, Scream 5 or Scream 6? And I believe Scream 6 won the poll, but a lot of the comments were in favor of Scream 5. So clearly everyone is going to have a different opinion about this, and I am going to share some of your comments in this video, because there were a lot that I actually agreed with. So this comment here says, love them both, but Scream 5 felt more like a proper sequel, connected very well. And I have to say that I agree with that. I do think that Scream 5 felt more like a proper sequel. Obviously, it takes place in Woodsboro. The characters go to Woodsboro High. Sydney was in this one, as opposed to Scream 6, where she was not in that movie. So it just felt like more of a proper sequel. This comment here says, I think the main problem with the newer movies is that the killers behind the mask don't get enough screen time to really shine. Billy and Stu did, and that helped make them iconic because we got to know them. Imagine if Amber was featured in the movie more instead of just in the background. I'd forgotten about her until the party in the MACHER house during my first watch. That is a good point, and I definitely agree with that. One of my issues with Scream 5 in general is that we don't get to know the characters, and there's not enough time for us to actually care about them. Like this comment says, Amber was barely in the movie until the end. But with that being said, I do like Richie and Amber more than the ghost faces in Scream 6. Richie was pretty funny. He does have a lot of funny moments in the movie, and he has grown on me. And upon first watch of Scream 5, I didn't really like Amber's performance after the reveal, but it has grown on me, and she's actually not that bad. Especially once you get the reveal in Scream 6, you realize just how good Scream 5's reveal actually was. In Scream 6, I don't care for Ethan. He's my least favorite Ghostface. Sorry if you like him. It's just the reveal in Scream 6 was not the best. This comment here says, for me, I like Scream 5 better. It felt like a sequel. Scream 6 is just kind of like its own thing. I like the killers in Scream 5 better too. It felt more like a Scream movie. Yes, I definitely think Scream 5 felt more like a sequel, and Scream 6 did kind of feel like its own thing. In a way, it almost felt like a spin-off. Sydney wasn't in it. The location was completely different than what we've ever known, taking place in New York City, which I liked. I liked the fact that it took place in New York City, but it's just the feel of it was very different. And I do think Scream 5 had higher stakes. Just like Amber says after the reveal, our movie has stakes.
Because our movie has stakes!
And it's true, because Dewey died, which, you know, is the biggest death we've gotten since probably Randy in Scream 2. And before that was Tatum in the first movie. Other than those two, I just feel like there have never been major deaths, like characters that we absolutely love. Scream 3, no major deaths there. Scream 4, I absolutely love Scream 4. It's my favorite sequel. But there's not really... I mean, I guess you could count Kirby, because even though Kirby's alive, at the time, we thought she died. So Kirby actually was a big death in Scream 4. You know, she's not dead, but you know what I mean. So Dewey's death was a big deal, very emotional. And Judy Hicks. Judy Hicks' death was a big moment. Scream 6 had none of that. Scream 6 had no major deaths. That's one of my biggest issues with the movie. The biggest death was probably Annika, and I'm sorry, but I just didn't care that much. She was a fun character, but still, we just didn't know her that well. We didn't care that much. At least I didn't. I don't know. I thought Gail was gonna die in Scream 6. I'm happy that she didn't, because I want to see her in Scream 7, but at the same time, when I was watching that scene for the first time, and Gail says to Sam, "Tell Sydney he never got me," that was such a good moment. Like, watching that for the first time, I shed a tear. I was emotional. I thought she was gonna die. And that kind of would have been a satisfying ending for her. Because that's what I want from these movies. I want to feel something. And Scream 6, with them not killing off anyone major, I just didn't feel anything. I thought Mindy was gonna die to kind of mirror Randy from Scream 2. Obviously that didn't happen. I thought Chad was a goner. I mean, 2 ghost faces stabbed him like 20 times. Come on, like, that's just ridiculous to me. I'm sorry. That scene, getting 2 ghost faces on screen for the first time like that, was very cool to see. But the fact that they didn't even successfully kill Chad takes away from that for me. If you want Chad to survive, then fine, but they should have had the 2 ghost faces actually kill someone for that to be like an iconic moment. It's just not that iconic to me since Chad survived. This comment here says, "I think Scream 6 did everything better than Scream 5, except for the 3rd act." And that's fair. A lot of these comments here say that Scream 6's 3rd act is just not great. This comment here says, "It was Scream 6 up until the ending. Not an awful or film-ruining ending, just knocked it down a bit." I agree. This comment says, "I like Scream 6 more, but the motive in Scream 5 is way better." Scream 6 felt more like a Scream movie to me than Scream 5. However, the finale was so disappointing and anticlimactic. I was expecting something bigger and better than what we got. This comment says, 5 was enjoyable from start to end and better written. 6 had some of the best moments in the franchise, but also has the cringiest moments in the franchise. Scream 6 3rd act was the worst in the series. Yeah, so the general consensus is that Scream 6's final act was very disappointing, and I have to say that I agree. I feel like Scream 6 just had so much potential, and it was just kind of disappointing. Like I said, I still love the movie. It's still a great movie. I still rewatch it. But there were just some disappointing aspects about it. I will say, though, that I think Gail was more like herself in Scream 6. I feel like in Scream 5, she just was not her typical self. So I personally think that Gail's performance in Scream 4 is the second best after the first movie. Because she's just really sarcastic and sassy in Scream 4. Scream 5, there was none of that. Like that scene with Gail and Sam when they meet outside of Judy's house after Judy gets killed, I don't like that scene. Gail is just so not like herself. I mean, sure, you can say that this is character development, and Judy did just die, so why would she be, like, snarky? But I don't know, it just doesn't seem like herself. I do like Gail's performance in Scream 6. That scene with her and Kirby.
She's a child. When did they start letting children into the FBI? I'm 30. Well, you look like a zygote.
And her few lines in her apartment before Ghostface actually calls her.
"No press. Bitch, last time I saw you, you were in Glee Club."
It was just more of the Gail that we know and love. Something else that I didn't like about Scream 5, I do wish that Sydney and Gail were present for Dewey's death. It kind of bothers me that he died to protect Tara. He should have died to protect Gail and Sydney. I'm sorry. That would have just made it way more emotional. It would have meant more. So at the end of the day, I do prefer Scream 5. I think it's a better sequel. It has that nostalgic feel to it. Probably because it takes place in Woodsboro. The kids go to Woodsboro High. You know, we return to the Stu Macher house. So it does have that nostalgic feel. and just feels more like a Scream sequel. And I get why people wouldn't want that because it's like been done before. So I get why people prefer Scream 6 because it's something different.
I'm something different.
But I want to know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. Which Scream sequel do you prefer, Scream 5 or Scream 6? Please don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future posts. And please also go follow me over on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. And I will see you guys in the next video.